studying your last two. I swim med when they turned in. The styren down to mute. And can learn the pole that sunk he died.
The General Index of Financial Information, commonly known as GIFI, is a standardized system developed by the Canada Revenue Agency for reporting the financial statements of corporations. Its purpose is to ensure that every corporation, regardless of the accounting software or chart of accounts it uses, reports its financial information in one common format. Think about how different businesses maintain their accounting records. One company may use the account name sales. Another may call it revenue, while a consulting business might use professional fees or service income. Similarly, one company may record its cash account as cash, another as bank account, and another as checking. Although these accounts represent the same type of financial information, the account names vary from one business to another. If every corporation submitted financial statements using its own terminology and format, it would be extremely difficult for the CRA to process and analyze millions of corporate tax returns efficiently. This is where GIFI becomes essential. GIFI converts each corporation's financial statements into a standardized reporting format. Every financial statement item is assigned a specific GIFI code and category, allowing the CRA to interpret financial information consistently, regardless of how the corporation originally recorded it in its accounting system. The process is straightforward. A corporation first prepares its balance sheet and income statement using its own accounting records. Those financial statements are then converted into the GIFI format by matching each account to the appropriate GIFI code. The standardized GIFI information is then included with the T2 corporate income tax return and submitted electronically to the CRA. The key takeaway is that GIFI is not another set of accounting records, and it does not change a corporation's financial statements. Instead, it acts as a common reporting language that standardizes financial information, allowing every corporation in Canada to report its financial statements in the same format. This standardization makes electronic filing more efficient, improves consistency, and enables the CRA to process corporate tax returns accurately and effectively. Without GIFI, every corporation could prepare its financial statements using completely different account names, account structures, and reporting formats. One company might report sales, another might use revenue, while another calls it professional fees or service income. Even though these accounts may represent similar business activities, the lack of a common reporting standard would make it difficult for the Canada Revenue Agency to efficiently process and compare corporate tax returns. Imagine the CRA receiving millions of corporate tax returns every year, with each corporation using its own unique financial statement format. Tax officers and computer systems would have to interpret every company's financial information individually. This would slow down processing, increase the likelihood of errors, and make electronic filing much less effective. GIFI solves this problem by introducing a standardized reporting format. Regardless of how a corporation organizes its accounting records internally, every financial statement account is mapped to a standard GIFI code before it is submitted with the T2 return. This means that corporations with completely different accounting systems ultimately report their financial information in exactly the same structure. Standardization provides several important benefits. First, it ensures consistency because every corporation reports similar financial information using the same categories. Second, it allows tax preparation software and CRA systems to process returns automatically, greatly improving efficiency. Third, standardized reporting reduces errors by eliminating differences in account names and reporting formats. Finally, GIFI supports electronic filing, making it possible for millions of T2 returns to be submitted and processed quickly each year. It's important to remember that GIFI does not change the corporation's accounting records or financial statements. Instead, it provides a common reporting language that translates different accounting systems into one standardized format that the CRA can easily understand. The key takeaway is that GIFI exists to make corporate financial reporting consistent, accurate, and efficient. By requiring every corporation to report financial information using the same standardized structure, the CRA can process, analyze, and compare corporate tax returns much more effectively, regardless of the accounting software or chart of accounts used by the business. GIFI fits into the corporate tax preparation process after the corporation's financial statements have been prepared but before the T2 corporate income tax return is finalized. It acts as the bridge that connects a company's accounting records with the standardized reporting format required by the Canada Revenue Agency. The process begins with the corporation's accounting system. Throughout the year, daily business transactions are recorded using accounting software or bookkeeping records. These transactions are organized in the general ledger and eventually used to prepare the corporation's financial statements. Once the accounting period ends, the corporation prepares its balance sheet and income statement. These financial statements present the company's financial position and operating results using the account names and structure chosen by the business. The next step is GIFI conversion. During this stage, every account in the financial statements is matched to the appropriate GIFI code. For example, cash, accounts receivable, inventory, equipment, revenue, and expenses are all assigned standardized GIFI categories. Although the account names inside the accounting software remain unchanged, the information is now translated into the common reporting language required by the CRA. After the financial information has been converted into GIFI format, it is imported into professional tax preparation software. The software validates the GIFI data, performs the required tax calculations, transfers information to the appropriate schedules, and prepares the T2 corporate income tax return. Finally, the completed T2 return, together with the standardized GIFI financial information, is ready to be filed electronically with the Canada Revenue Agency. Without GIFI, tax software would have to interpret thousands of different account names and financial statement formats from different businesses. This would increase manual work, slow down processing, and create a greater risk of errors. With GIFI, financial information is standardized before it reaches the tax software, allowing automatic mapping, consistent reporting, faster electronic filing, and more accurate processing. The key takeaway is that GIFI is the critical link between accounting and taxation. It transforms a corporation's financial statements into a standardized CRA format, enabling professional tax software to prepare an accurate T2 return efficiently and allowing the CRA to process corporate tax returns consistently across all Canadian corporations.